Good day. What an incredible, fast, furious race. I've joined up for the Zwift Games, and to be honest, I haven't done this in the past. I only started Zwift Racing perhaps in May, June, seriously, or relatively. So I've obviously done things like the Tour de Zwift recently, and that's tough. There's a kind of repeated pattern of for the shorter courses, 10 to 14 miles. You get a couple of big kickers, and the rest is flat. Big crowds of riders. So I'm thinking the games might be exactly that. I'm looking at the course, the KAZE Kicker. You can see from the top right. I mean, there's nothing unusual there. We've got an early climb in the first third. It's flat, a descent, and a bit of a kicker before probably half a mile for a sprint finish. So I'm thinking, right, I'll just crack in. I know there's going to be a big group of riders with 211, as you can see from the right. But flipping out, was I not prepared? Look, you usually go for 30 seconds hard out, in your category. And I'm not sure if this is the same in the advanced category, because I've never done that, obviously. But for all the cats I've been in, I'm now, this is 390 to 510, but as you'll see later, I get promoted out of that. So I'm just, a couple of categories below the advanced. And I'm just expecting a classic, but look at the wattage there. I was doing 300 odd watts. I'm averaging 298 after 0.6 of a mile. Okay, to be fair, that's probably the same as Tour de Zwift, but I'm in this bubble. I couldn't be drafting any better. I'm near the front, but in the mix, and I'm still having to do 300 watts every 50 yards, so I don't get spat out the bike. I don't know how many riders are in this first bubble. I suspect 100-ish. I wasn't watching the tracker on the right to see how many got dropped at the start. But still at 286, I'm in this massive bubble, and there's just a pace to it. I didn't do a recce on this, and to be honest, that would have been pointless because it wouldn't give you an idea of the pace. I didn't check out other YouTube videos for this stage one. All I did is look at the elevation and the course, and I thought, let's just jump on it. 10 minutes warm up, and on we go. Less than 10 miles, so 25 to 26, 28 minutes. As you can see there, is this a joke, Ryan Harvey? Is this a joke? I mean, I felt that. Yes, it is. Florian says in the comments. Still on 272 watts, and I'm in the middle of a huge bubble of riders drafting. What is going on? Anyway, I'm thinking in my head, right, okay, we've done 1 and a bit mile, but come 2 miles, it's all going to slow down. Everybody's going to tune up. There's going to be a bit of an effort on this kicker, but to be honest, if we're all as long as I go over this top here, on this climb, which I suspect is 300 feet, so this isn't going to be an easy climb. It's that, I think what's deceptive is am I in A, B category, 25 miles an hour? I think what's deceptive about this first climb is you're on the crest of let's call it a hill, so the flat part there's no descent to it for probably 7 miles, 6, 7 miles. So you don't really see the extent of the climb. It's very deceptive. And I think this is the whole point of this KAZE Kicker. It's bloody deceptive. 320 watts here, still averaging 269, which is there or thereabouts my FTP. Someone's just said that actually in the comments, Melissa. FTP test. It is. So anyway, 211 riders. He's got to slow down, hasn't it? Where am I looking to finish? Well, I am at the top of this group now, and in the Tour de Zwift 50 to 100 riders, I've been finishing in the top 20. Let's put it that way. So the top 30, obviously the kind of top 70, 80, I suspect we'll get an increase on ZRS, but I wanted to do better than that. I wanted to be in the top 50, aiming for the top 30, and blimey, if I could get in the top 20, that would be amazing, out of 211 riders, because anyone and everyone's riding, especially at the start of the Zwift Racing series. So I'm well positioned here, really concentrating. Got a series of yellow and orange stand-up. By the way, I'm not recording myself on the left because for some reason I just couldn't get it working. Believe me, this is me riding, and you'll see all my classic traits if you watch me regularly. So I like to stay in the front bunch, not right in the middle of the group, because I have a tendency to get dropped if I stay to mid backpack, especially if the front of the group start attacking. I don't have the power to catch them. But I'm staying nicely here. I've no power up. Right, this was another thing. There's two power ups here. I don't know whether I've used it already, but you'll see the next one as well. I don't think I get a power up there at the top of that mid race. Bit of a breather here with a blue. It was quite a tough climb, this, at the pace we were doing it. Look, I'm doing 280 average, going 2.5 miles almost now. There you go, 6.5 minutes. And I'm well over FTP here, having to do 300 watts. I suspect that would be the case, though. But it was relentless. I guess the relief is let's get to that blue bit, as you can see, just coming into the picture. Oh, there's a bit more yellow there. Let's get onto the top of this hill. And hopefully everyone's just going to slow down a bit, and we can all have a race and everyone can be friendly, and we'll get to that kicker, see who goes over that top, and then who are the quicker sprinters. That's how I envisaged it panning out. 15th gear, so I was doing a bit of stand up on the orange here, which you can't see. Then the yellow, I was trying to get a bit of a little break, and then stand up, sit down, stand up, the usual pattern for climbing. Everyone else is using the feather, so I'm doing pretty well staying in this pack here when everyone has got that advantage. Pulling away there, if you can see, I did start to feel it here. I mean, that feather on this bit was absolutely critical. And do you know, I don't think I got a power up. I'll need to rewind that. You can see the group splitting here. I'm probably mid-pack to slowly at the back there. I need to catch up there, because if I go onto that crest, there's no descent, but if anyone picks the pace up on the flat here, I'm knackered. So I just cruise, that's a joke. I was absolutely stood up, sweating away. I think I banged into my laptop at this point, because I was up at the top, not looking, just trying to get back into the pack. And I think the wire came out, it moved. Oh, disaster. Here we go, though. I'm in the mix here. Just need to get in this pack. It's really been split here. But I don't think anybody goes off the front here, which says to me that everybody's feeling this. It is a bit of a FTP test. 287 average. Look at that, what's going up. Look at that. I've been going 3.5 miles almost there, straight to the front, in a good position. Keep it real here, and then there is a bit of a, not a relax. Look, people are still pushing. I'm doing 47 watts. I just stopped there, basically. Knackered. Now, just over 9 minutes gone. Now, we look like we're dropping people off the back, but I think because of the pace, they will get this blob, this group together again. I'm sure that happens, yeah, because everyone's doing less than 200 watts here. So it has slowed down a bit. We're doing 266 feet. I think it's roughly 500 feet, this. Doing 27 mile an hour. Yeah, 260 odd watts, and I'm in the draft. That's still quick for this level. 390 to 510. Yeah, the blobs come together now. Very, very competitive riders. 6.9 miles to go to the finish. So we've probably got, I want to say 4 miles on this top flat. FMI. What am I missing there? What's that stand for? I don't know. It does feel like a proper race, just looking at the comments on the right hand side. So it put me 58th there, so there's at least 60 odd riders. I reckon there's 80 riders in this 211. Could be more. See if I recognise any of those riders on the right. Any of the usual suspects in my group. No hiding place, Melissa. Don't worry, it's not just you thinking that. Yeah, I was shattered here. It was a bit of a break. I'm not going to speed it up here, because I'll just carry on talking through. 11 minutes gone, 4.2 miles, 287. So it does go a little up and down now, but nothing to shout home about. It's pretty flat. There's a descent. It's all going to work on that kicker, which I reckon might be, if you look, 5/6 on the course. I reckon 90, 100 feet perhaps a bit less actually. And then a little descent and you've got to sprint to the finish. I don't know who's sprinting though after this start, flipping out. 300 watts, look, top left, still doing over my FTP. Almost 5, well, it is over my FTP, 4.6 miles in, and we've done 300 feet. There's people trying to attack here. I mean, a tremendous effort. I mean, I'm at the top of this group. I was really, really surprised. Is it because it's the stage one? I can't remember with the Tour de Zwift. I can't remember stage one starting out like a blooming riot like this. I just can't remember that. It's just a shock to the system. 300 feet, 12 and a half minutes gone, almost 5 gone. I'm at FTP as we speak. Almost 300 calories done. Let's talk about this Zwift Racing, Zwift Games. So reading about the courses, it's abundantly clear that each stage on paper adds difficulty, both in distance and elevation. That has been made absolutely clear, and there's a clear pattern. If you just look at the stages, 2 to, I think, 6, which makes this very interesting. I mean, I can tell you one thing. I would not, if there's a group this big in the 450 to, I want to say 570, the next category up in this Series 2 version of this race, if I'm promoted into that cat, I've tried that category, and although the volume of riders isn't the same as this cat, certainly it is a little step up. I mean, it is a promotion, obviously, but it is a step up. You know, your minimum rider with a ZRS 470 or 450, and you get another 100 riders at that, and they're on it on their day. They're going to be challenging. You know, 5 miles to go. Drafting perfectly here. Emojis, thumbs up. It's an arcade sim, this. Right in the pack. The wattages, average watts, come down as you would expect on this flat, especially with the effort put in. But I can tell you now, in the Zwift Racing series, when you got to 5k, 3 miles to go, that's when you'd start getting big attacks. The group would stretch out. So I suspect we're going to start pedaling again, pretty much going into that descent. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually starts pushing it on the descent as a bit of a surprise. Who would do that? But it's just going to mess with everybody else, because everyone thinks they're going to have a nice little descent, and then, they're almost there, mile to go. Fascinating race though. This is why Zwift, I keep saying it, honestly, what I've done there for a bit of fitness whilst enjoying this tactically is just immense. I'm not going to say I haven't felt it. It's absolute pain and torture, but it's 26, 27 minutes. It's really, really enjoyable. And I suspect everyone else is feeling the same, but enjoying it. It's a fantastic indoor cycling option. Keeping you fit, enjoying it, keeping you concentrating. I can't wait to get out on the bike. I don't go out on the bike in the UK weather generally till about March, April, but I'm going to get out on the first nice day in spring. I'm going to get out there and see how it feels outdoors with my new fitness. Perfectly positioned. This is where I like it, the top 25, front 25. I wonder how many are in this group. And there's no group behind. I mean, is it bigger than... Oh, there are 100 in this group. Anyway, they're miles ahead of anybody who's been dropped. 300 watts, look, top left, 250. No sign of... It's not really slowing down. Everyone's concentrating. It's the first race, no one wants to drop off as well. If you're on a bad day, I'm sorry, you don't want to be giving up. You just got to take the pain for another 3.6 miles. That monkey on your back telling you, oh, just slow off, you've done well. Top 100, just come off this pack and just roll to the line, you're miles ahead. That monkey keeps talking to me. Put it out of my mind. It's the first race. Got to give it all. A little 4% there just to go over, stay in the pack, stand up. 294 watts, 343 watts, 392 watts. Having to do that to stay in contention. Been drafting perfectly in this big group. I mean, that is ridiculous. Drafting in such a big group. I've done 7.5 miles, nearly 20 minutes, and I've just below FT, probably 3% below FTP. Absolutely ridiculous. 3.2 miles to go. Can you see there? Look, someone's just pulling the group forward. Gets to 5k and this happens. So I was on it. Yeah, I've come right through to the front there. I don't want to be on the front, obviously. Do you see the group come past me there? Just as we went off the 5k mark. 300 watts, 310 watts. Just to pull it through. Sorry, I should say watts per kilo, because 310 watts means completely different things if you're 95 kilos or 65 kilos. I'll use watts per kilo, so that's roughly 4 watts per kilo, 300 watts for me, to give you an idea. So coming into the descent here, only 2%, 4%. Everyone's just swinging round. No one's gone off yet. perfectly positioned, 2.5 miles. I'm reckoning we're going to get down to 1.5 miles with that little kicker in the middle. Look, they're pulling it there because I can feel the rest of the group coming past me. Do not get dropped at this stage. There's too much to do. I'll end up 100th, 150th, flying, Everest says, absolutely. 35 miles an hour. Still putting 280 on. Cooking, yeah. Very exciting. I've really enjoyed the post-match commentary here as well, to be fair. It's been really enjoyable. For such a boring course, it's been really enjoyable and deceptively not boring. 1.9, we're coming, things are moving, I'm having to do 300 watts. Under 2 miles to go, pull yourself to the front. Coming to the front here, look how they're coming past me. You can't breathe without the group. There we go. That's a mistake, that. Do you see how quickly they came past me there? Right, 360 watts, 441 watts. Blimey. Averaging 260 watts here. 303, I'm back in. Not in a great position though, right on the edge. Where am I there? Difficult to see. There must be 100 riders in there, definitely. 1.5 miles to go, anything can happen now. Anything can happen. We're approaching this climb. What is going to happen on here? I suspect 1.3 miles to go. No coffee break, absolutely no coffee break. Someone's gone off there. You can see it. They've just pulled the group. I need to concentrate here. Little teaser, 3.5 yellow, just to get up first. Then a recovery, descent, and then you can see it. 383, I'm reckoning there's 100 feet there. Not 75 feet, sorry. Someone's gone off, and I cannot keep up with them. Oh, they've reined them back in. I was feeling it here. 417 watts on the orange, on the yellow, sitting down. They're pulling away. Can you see them coming through? I was really struggling here. 404 watts. I'm stood up, by the way, for the lot. I think I had one little sit down. I couldn't live with this pace going up the hill. A mile to go, 353, 431 watt. I'm standing up again when I go up to 400 watts. They're pulling away. Look, I'm 33rd, 46th. One last stand up. Get to the bridge, and then it's over the top. Look, I'm stood up to try and get into that pack. I can't quite get in the pack. Look how split it is. I'm right in the middle of all these, onto the dusty plains part. I'm getting ripped apart here. I can't get to the front. It's too much. I'm averaging 264 watts for 20, what's going to be 24 minutes. That's almost 3.6 watts a kilo for me for a race. That's, on my limit, that is, obviously. You can see I'm not far off, but I just can't catch. I'm 56th. So it's about not ending up 90. We've dropped people off the back there, but I reckon there's still 90. I'm just pulling through there. Half a mile to go. So there's one group, two group, staying in this second group. 0.4 miles to go. They're coming through. 60th. Come on, you don't drop that far back. 0.3 of a mile. I'm in this second group. There's people being dropped off the back. Again, I'm 54th effectively. People are aiming and charging for that first group. I've stood up here. 0.2 miles to go to try and help. Can't do it. There's the finish line. 800 feet. Right, here, stand up, stand up, stand up. 414 watts, can't do any more. 434. I'm holding a position in the top 50-ish. 404. 54th. 55th. What if I finish there? I reckon 56th, perhaps. Route complete, average. Well, it was 264, I think, in the end, on the companion app. There you go, 3.5 watts a kilo, 10 seconds behind number one. Racing score did go up, and I've gone over 5:10. I think it went up by 4 in the end. If you've enjoyed that, like and subscribe. Whew, I'm out of. I need a break. Thank you. See you later.